Yes, people, what's going on? Welcome back to United View. And there's breaking news within the last hour or so. And that is Mateus Cunha to Man United is almost done. It's nearly here we go. Let's get straight into this one. I'm not messing about. I'm going to share my screen on this one. Exclusive from Fabrizio Romano. And he says Manchester United are now closing in on Mateus Cunha deal. The Brazilian has accepted the project as agreement on personal terms is now being finalized, almost done. Final details to sort between all parties involved. And then here we go. Soon. It is nearly done. He is nearly coming to Manchester United. We've known this for a little while. And there was a little bit of, I don't know, like a little bit of hesitation recently of people like, oh, deal's gone a little bit quiet. What's going on? We're completely not comparable at this stage, but Liverpool signing two fullbacks, getting Kirkers in there, getting Frimpong in there. You look at Man City getting Reinders in there. There's stuff happening, there's movement happening, and you don't want to be getting left behind. And obviously, we've got the Europa League on Wednesday, which determines what we're going to be able to do transfer-wise. But one thing that has always been said is that this Mateus Cunha deal has been irrespective of what happens in the Europa League. We've known that for a while. He's not coming to us only if we get Champions League. He wants to come here no matter what. We've seen, the way he was interacting with Casemiro and the Stretford end when Wolves beat us 1-0 a few weeks back. We can see it. And listen, he is a player. I think he's got, 14 goals this year in a Wolves side that was struggling for most of it until they changed the manager and brought Vitor Pereira in. And yes, he's had the suspension, but he is a player that is going to instantly, and I mean instantly, make us better. We got loads of work to do. I'm not stupid enough. I'm not naive enough. I'm not going to allow myself to think that one player, i.e. Mateus Cunha, is going to change everything. Yeah, because we've got so much to change at this club, and in this team. But instantly, that is the profile of player that I want. That is the type of quality player that I want. I can stop sharing that. You guys don't need to see that anymore. It's the type of player that is the right age profile, the right experience, the right physicality, the right strength, the right technical ability. It's exactly what we need in our team. A player who can play in the inside 10. Wolves play the exact same formation we do. He's 25 years of age. 31 appearances this year, 15 goals, 6 assists in the league. That is in the league. In all comps, he's got 34 appearances, 17 goals, 6 assists. It's exactly what we need. He can play in the 10 as a sole 10. If you're looking at, because what people's have been talking about a lot with, how bad we are for people that are not behind Ruben and think that we should move on from him and don't buy players just for this manager. He can play as a 10, just a normal 10. Okay. He can play up front. He can play off the left in wide positions if you need him to. He's adaptable. Yes, his best position right now is perfect for what we're doing. Inside 10, left 10, right 10, no problem. But let's say you had to press the panic button and something bad happened with Ruben. I'm not suggesting it will, but who knows? I'm not naive enough to think that these things can't happen if we're shit next year. He's another player that has quality regardless of who the manager is. This isn't just buying a player for Ruben Amorim. It's more than that. It is. And that's what I like about this signing. It's one of those where it's like, well, it's not like he's played 3-4-3 all his life and that's all he knows. So if Ruben leaves, what on earth are we going to do? No, he's adaptable. Same thing like what we were doing last summer, which it wasn't quite right, but you look at what Ineos bought. Lenny Yoro, he came in as a centre-back from Lille playing in a 2. Clearly, he can play in a 3, but we know he can play in a 2. So if Amorim left tomorrow, we're left with Lenny Yoro, no problem. You look at Matthias de Ligt, played in a 2, but he's played in a 3 before and has played in a 3 in this system. But we know he can play in a 2. No problem. Look at Mazraoui. I see him as like the John O'Shea type. Can play in multiple positions. Left back, right back, left centre back, right centre back. Man's even played in the 10. Not that he should be playing there. But again, he's adaptable no matter who the manager is and can be a little bit of a jack of all trades. Xerxes is a bit more of a different one because he was supposed to be a striker, but he's a 10. So we might be stuck with that. So I'm not saying every Ineos buy has been fantastic, but I'm just saying that we are starting to buy players that are multifunctional, regardless of who the manager is. But the fact that Ruben is the manager and we play 3-4-3, so do Wolves, and he's been brilliant there. I'm excited about this signing. Get him in, get it done. I think we got to play a little bit higher than the 62.5 million release clause, which, listen, if we want to pay it in installments, we're going to have to be creative with how we're getting players, because we got so much to do. But I just want to see that. Here we go. I want to see him signed, get him in, and that ruthlessness that he's got. You see people a bit worried about, can you tame his mentality and his characteristics and the edge that he has? What's that look like? I'm all here for that, man. We need bastards, man. What is this? Why are we so infatuated with trying to get soft players who are just nice? You know what I'm saying? No, we need that nasty side. And actually, I get on well with one of the Wolves media team, and they said to me as well, like, here's a link to if you can, because I know he's probably coming to you. They were like, please remind your viewers, please remind your fans, Flex, that he is a proper, well-rounded, loving guy off the pitch as well. Lives his life in the right way. That we all saw that viral video, which is what they were alluding to, that the Wolves team gave to me to say. I haven't put the link in yet, but that video we did with that young supporter who was bless him, I think he's got cancer. I think it is, or he has a really bad illness. Went round to his house and shared the shirt. It went viral, and a lot of people saw the other side to him. He said, "I'll do the celebration for you," and he stuck to his word. You saw the other side of him, endearing himself to the club. But I think Wolves fans, there's been a few things here or there, but Wolves fans evidently, I think, love him and respect him for what he's done for their club. He's ingrained himself into their culture, into their community, more importantly. And on the pitch, he's done the business for 2 seasons straight. And he came halfway through the season before that, didn't he? So I think he's been great. This is the type of player we need. We need real stand-up men. We need solid man. Do you know what I'm saying? In them tough games away at Anfield, tough games away at the Etihad and the Emirates and all the other teams. Actually, everywhere's a tough game for us. Take the ball, progress the ball through the lines. People look at Morgan Rogers, they look at Morgan Gibbs-White, they look at him. That's a player that we're missing, and we're buying from within the Premier League. When last have we done that? Buy from within the league. Go and get players from the league that are strong, that are experienced, and that are Premier League proven. Go nick their players and make your team better. That's where we're at. I'm here for it. I'm glad he's coming. We await the here we go. Matheus Cunha, deal finally nearly sealed. Expect to hear we go very, very soon. We'll keep you across the board on that one. Take care. Smash a like on the video. Let me know how excited you are for Matheus Cunha to arrive at Man United. Peace.